Hello and welcome, my dear friend. It's no accident that these words have reached you today. There's something unspoken yet deeply known stirring within you. And this message is the mirror it has been waiting to find. Even now, before a single truth is spoken aloud, something inside of you recognizes this moment as significant. You may not yet know why, but trust that your soul already does. You've always had a sense that your path wasn't shaped like anyone else's. While others walked straight lines, yours twisted through shadows, detours, and silences no one else could understand. And yet, every step of it brought you here. Not to a place of answers necessarily, but to a deeper awareness of something sacred. Something that has always lived inside of you, waiting to be remembered. You are not like most people, and you've known this for longer than you let on. It's not arrogance, it's not detachment, it's recognition. The truth is, you carry something rare, a blueprint coded with silence, vision, and ancient resonance. The world around you often feels like it's moving too fast, filled with noise that your spirit was never meant to absorb. And the more you try to fit into it, the more fragmented you begin to feel. Have you ever walked into a space and instantly felt like the air thickened? Not physically, but spiritually, as if your soul started whispering, "This isn't where I thrive." That's not overthinking. That's not hypersensitivity. That is spiritual precision. It's the deep wisdom of your being alerting you to what your conscious mind hasn't yet named. What if the discomfort you feel around crowds isn't a flaw, but a filter? A sacred mechanism built to protect your energy before you even knew you had any. Because you, my dear friend, don't just feel energy. You absorb it. You process it. You carry it. And too much of the wrong kind can feel like being drowned in someone else's emotions without warning. This isn't about being antisocial. This is about being attuned. There is a difference between avoiding people out of fear and being pulled away from them by purpose. You were never meant to be lost in the crowd. You were meant to remain visible only to those with eyes that can see. There's something deeply holy about the solitude you're drawn to. And no, it's not loneliness in the way most people describe it. It's not the absence of others. It's the presence of yourself. You've been learning how to sit with your own thoughts, to recognize your own rhythms, and to hear the voice of the divine more clearly than ever. That stillness, that inner quiet, it's not emptiness, it's a sacred echo, your soul recalibrating after too much interference. And isn't it fascinating how certain people get uncomfortable around you, even when you've done nothing but exist? That's the power of unspoken truth. Your presence alone disrupts illusions, not intentionally but effortlessly. And that disruption is threatening to those still hiding behind masks they aren't ready to remove. What if I told you that part of your calling is to make people feel something they've been avoiding? Not with your words, but with your frequency. What if the discomfort you cause is actually the light you radiate? You were never meant to be palatable to those who refuse to taste the truth. You were meant to awaken what sleeps in them, even if it's met with resistance. That resistance is not rejection, it is recognition. Even when their words don't say it, their energy knows who you are. Let that sink in. You are not misunderstood. You are not too intense. You are not imagining things. You are tuned into a wavelength that most people have never even dreamed of. And because of that, you see what others pretend not to see. You feel what they numb themselves to avoid. So if you've ever asked yourself, why does it feel like I'm carrying weight that isn't mine? The answer is, because you are. You've been walking through the world like an open channel, absorbing the storms of others while learning to protect your own flame. And still, you've managed to glow. That is not weakness. That is spiritual strength. There's a reason why your energy cannot be scattered too thin. You weren't built to run on diluted presence. Your soul thrives in purity, in environments that allow it to breathe, observe, and receive. That's why you've been pulled out of rooms that once felt familiar. That's why the invitations have stopped. That's why some people slowly disappeared, leaving behind more silence than closure. But you've grown enough now to see that their absence was never about you being unworthy. It was about your path becoming too sacred for anything misaligned to follow. The people who couldn't walk with you weren't lost. They were filtered out. Because the higher you rise, the narrower the path becomes. And the truth is, not everyone was built for the altitude your soul is now climbing toward. Let that bring you peace, not loneliness. See the isolation you felt? It wasn't designed to break you. It was designed to tune you. Every quiet moment, every closed door, every restless night, it was all part of the divine's architecture. You were being hollowed out, not for emptiness, but to make space for a greater fullness. A clean frequency requires a clean field, and yours is being purified not just for your own sake, but because someone, somewhere, is going to be changed just by encountering the clarity you've cultivated. You won't even need to say a word. Your presence will speak in a language only their soul understands. You've always been a mirror, haven't you? People come near you and suddenly start confronting things they've buried. Sometimes they thank you, sometimes they run. But either way, something shifts. That's because you don't just reflect people. You amplify what's true within them. You make it harder for them to pretend. And that, dear one, is a spiritual power most aren't ready to face. You're not cold for needing space. You're not difficult for requiring silence. You're not strange for protecting your energy like it's the most valuable currency you carry, because it is. You are not here to entertain. You are here to awaken. And awakenings are messy. They disrupt. They strip. They expose, but they also liberate. You've been through enough to understand this. The noise of the world is seductive, but it comes at a cost. And that cost is clarity, peace, divine guidance. That's why your life has been designed to make noise uncomfortable and chaos intolerable. That's not you being sensitive, that's you being called. Think about this. What if the reason the chaos felt unbearable wasn't because you were weak, but because you were never meant to adapt to it in the first place? You weren't created to be immune to dysfunction. You were designed to transform it. And in order to transform something, you must first refuse to become it. So, no, you cannot walk into every room. You cannot keep every connection. You cannot blend in without betraying something sacred within you. That's not failure. That's alignment. The divine is not just protecting you from others. It's protecting your energy for them, those who are meant to receive the truth, healing, and frequency you carry. So, from this moment on, I hope you stop apologizing for needing space. I hope you stop shrinking your light so others don't feel exposed. I hope you realize that the isolation wasn't a delay, but a design, crafted perfectly for someone who was always meant to move differently. Let this message be your permission to exhale. You are not behind. You are being strategically positioned. Your energy is sacred real estate, and the divine is building something on it that requires absolute precision. You are not being hidden to be forgotten. You are being hidden to be fortified. And soon, very soon, you will understand the why behind the waiting. When you emerge, it will not be to prove anyone wrong. It will be to fulfill everything that's been promised to you in silence. And those who are meant to recognize your light will. Without force, without explanation, just by being in your field. So carry this truth like armor. You've been set apart, not pushed aside. You've been refined, not rejected. And what's coming for you has been looking for your energy, not someone else's version of it. You are more powerful, more needed, and more divinely aligned than you realize. Your time is coming, but your soul, it's already arrived. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me. If you found value in this message, please like the video and share it with others who might benefit. Don't forget to subscribe and continue your amazing journey by watching one of the videos showing on your screen that resonates with you the most. See you there.